Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. This is the Friday, April 20th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. And the big weather story as we head through the weekend is the area of low pressure that'll move from the northern Gulf then up the Carolina coast. It's going to spread some very generous rain amounts into parts of the region. But there's also going to be a pretty sharp cutoff in terms of the heavy rain amounts somewhere in the region. Now, I'll get into that here as this edition of the video unfolds. Now, that's what the radar looks like here on this Friday morning. You have a cold front extending from the Great Lakes down into Texas and Oklahoma. One area of low pressure right about there, another one developing right about there, and there's your cold front. And this low pressure in Texas and Oklahoma will kind of reform and really strengthen down in the northern Gulf of Mexico and then lift up in really kind of a classic Miller A fashion from there up to a location roughly there and then up to there. And check out the HPC rain forecast amounts here over the next 5 days, and you can see that strip of heavy rain associated with the low. But also notice as you get inland, the amounts really diminish, and there will be a fairly sharp cutoff. Here's what's going on in the upper levels. This is off of the European model. This is the beginning of that cutoff forming this afternoon, and then we go out to tomorrow evening, Saturday evening, and there's the cutoff low, or I should say the close low in the Gulf. And what will happen is this piece of energy diving down will phase with that somewhere here across the southeast, so that you wind up with a solution looking like that by Sunday night into Monday morning. And then the European gradually kicks the system out by the middle part of next week. Now, the GFS is now on board with a similar solution to the European. Today, maybe a couple of afternoon showers or storms, but not much. Most of us with a dry day, maybe a loose shower or two later tonight too. But here's the look by tomorrow evening, Saturday evening. And again, this is off of the GFS model. There's your cold front, low pressure right about there, developing up the coast, and that low becomes very well developed by Sunday morning, sitting over Wilmington and Myrtle Beach on the GFS. And again, Sunday morning, you're looking at some heavy rains in this area, and the amounts really taper off as you get west of there. So that's Sunday morning. This is early Sunday afternoon, and then finally Sunday evening. As that low pressure slowly rises up the Carolina coast. And then by the time you get to Monday early afternoon, it's sitting over Pennsylvania. All right, let's look at the European solution. It's similar. Sunday morning, broad low near Jacksonville that by Sunday early afternoon is sitting near Wilmington and Myrtle Beach. And then you go 6 hours later, and that low pressure is sitting over the Outer Banks. The European does throw some of the heavier totals back further westward into the region. And then this is pretty interesting. This is a Monday afternoon. And depending on what the near surface temperatures were doing in the upper levels, all of this would be supportive of some type of snow. Now, I would seriously doubt outside of the mountains any of that would fall in the form of snow, but certainly in the mountains, especially of the Virginias northward, could be a pretty good thumping of some wet snow, depending on how this system unfolds. Now, in terms of rain amounts, it could be very well be one of these scenarios where the I-95 corridor over to the coast picks up multiple inches of rain this weekend, while you get back toward the Interstate 85 corridor and it's less than an inch. We'll just have to see where that axis of heaviest rain sets up. Now, behind this system, this is Tuesday, and that is Wednesday. Going to be some pretty chilly air move in, and I think, again, parts of the region are going to have to watch out for the frost potential by Tuesday and Wednesday morning of next week. But we will see a gradual warm-up. Some big differences as well later next week. That's the GFS for Thursday. Look at Wednesday evening, though, into Thursday on the European, a little clipper system moving in that brings some rain chances. So a lot of uncertainty later on next week. So, again, kind of a complex setup for us this weekend with that coastal low. There's going to be some heavy rain in parts of the region. It's just going to have to be something that we kind of adjust the forecast as we go forward. Keep it tuned to News 14 Carolina on television all weekend long, and we'll keep you up to date with the latest forecast ideas. All right, that is it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful weekend, and God bless.